tried to handle the entire situation with honor, with integrity, with class, with dignity, and with professionalism, because that's who I am, and that's how I've always lived my life. If I had done this intentionally or unintentionally, I'd be the first one to step up and say, I did it. By no means am I perfect, but if I've ever made any mistakes in my life, I've taken responsibility for my actions. I truly believe in my heart, and I would bet my life that this substance never entered my body at any point.
One of Ryan Braun's biggest supporters was Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. When Braun was let off on a technicality in February of 2012, Rodgers tweeted this: MLB and cable sports try to sully the reputation of an innocent man. Pick the wrong guy to mess with. Truth will set you free. Hashtag exonerated. Then Rodgers was asked by a follower, do you really believe he didn't use PEDs? And Aaron replied to Todd Sutton by saying, yeah, I put my salary next year on it. Hashtag pony up. Hashtag exonerated. He put his salary on it.
I laugh at that. I was a bit nauseated looking for a garbage can to throw up in listening to Ryan Braun there, but...
Well, Aaron Rodgers, the bad man that you love, went to bat for him. He believed him 100%. So here's the question, and not trying to make light, but should he pay up?
You know, I wish I could pull off the Stephen A. Smith Memorial "I told you so" laugh that he is so good at.
Oh, he has a good one. It comes from the belly. Yeah. Yeah.
One of those, you know.
What's the problem? I don't understand. What's so funny?
Oh, what's so funny? You know what? I think that your man, the bad man that Aaron Rodgers is, should handle this situation with honor and integrity and class and professionalism.
Oh.
Like
all those things that Ryan Braun just talked about.
Like what?
Like he should put his considerable new money right where his Twitter mouth was last year, when he so vehemently defended his man, Ryan Braun. That's right. I think that right now, Aaron Rodgers should at least donate, what is it, $8.5 million that he made last year?
Are you on
Donate
drugs?
it to charity.
Are you on
He put
drugs?
it right out there on Front
$8.5
Street
million?
on Twitter. He said, I'll put my salary on it.
I swear I wish there was some water, but I throw this at you. How could, what?
Just donate it to charity. You know why?
$8.5 million?
That's charity.
Let me finish.
What?
Go ahead, sir.
You're unbelievable.
He so vehemently defended and lent so much credibility to the biggest fraud this side of Lance Armstrong that he at least owes the public a donation to charity. And by the way, he just signed a 5-year, $110 million contract with $62.5 guaranteed. So I think he can afford $8.5 million to charity.
$8.5 million?
Hey,
$8.5 million.
let me say that a lot of people were obviously duped by Ryan Braun, but it was a monumental blunder for an NFL MVP and a Super Bowl MVP to so staunchly stand behind and even become business partners with Ryan Braun. They actually went into the restaurant business together and put one in the Milwaukee area called 812, and another one is in the works for the next few months. And I would think that the next 812 should probably be 86 right now, because I'm not sure that Aaron Rodgers wants to continue to align himself with this big of a liar.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I agree with that. If I was Aaron Rodgers, I'd get out of that business agreement with Ryan Braun as quick as I possibly can. Because I'm telling you right now, if I'm folks in Milwaukee, I don't want to go and patronize any business associated with Ryan Braun, being a pathological liar and sleaze.
But you wouldn't give up $8.5 million.
Oh, I ain't giving up $8.5 million. No, let me tell you something right now, Skip Bayless. And I can't believe, you know what, you have outdone yourself. You really
I got you good.
Really,
I got you good.
You really have. You got me. You got me, because never in my wildest dreams did I believe of all the asinine, 10, 11, 12 things that have come oozing out of your mouth. Never in my wildest dreams did I believe that they would come where you would sit in and say, because a dude speaks tongue-in-cheek on Twitter, he didn't
tongue-in-cheek? That didn't sound very tongue-in-cheek to me.
He didn't listen
that
to
was
Herm
vehement.
He didn't listen to Herm Edwards.
He pressed send.
He pressed send. That's all he did. He's guilty of pressing send. That's what he did. It's supposed to cost him $8.5 million? You are on drugs. That Mountain Dew
Never
is
used
spiked.
a drug in my life.
That Diet Mountain Dew is spiked.
Nothing.
Something wrong with you. You don't make any sense. First of all, let's be clear, all right? Aaron Rodgers clearly was duped in a multitude of ways, because obviously if you're going to get into business with somebody, you're thinking about their character, not just their dollars. Right. So he got duped in the worst way because he put himself out on Front Street for Ryan Braun, okay? Now, let's be clear about this. How many people haven't done that for their friends? I mean, what are you saying? You know, listen. Sometimes, like you always tell me, you know, I love you, but I don't like you sometimes. Well, damn it, I don't like you either sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? But I love you. I love you, but I don't like you sometimes either, right? And I talk about you all the time. Let somebody else come up to me and try to question your character, and you watch what I do.
Okay, but in this case, you got nothing to worry about.
Wait a minute. That's right. I understand. Well, Aaron Rodgers thought that.
He's making a fair point. You're making a fair point.
He thought that.
He would defend you to the death.
But once I let you down, then you've got to pay the piper.
No.
What piper?
Yes.
So in other words, Skip, if I sit there and I tweet, please, I bet my side, tongue-in-cheek to one of these people that was getting, let me finish, to one of these people that were getting on my nerves over Twitter.
Exactly.
Right? And I tweet, yo, please, I bet my salary, Skip Bayless. I'm supposed to give up my dollars. You'll be wait forever. You'll be wait forever.
I'm trying to you make a guaranteed 62.5?
If you were standing, let me tell you, if you were standing on a corner, wait for me. They think you're a vagrant or a prostitute. I'm telling you right now, you'd be wait forever. You'd be wait forever for me. I'm telling you that right now, because I'm not coming. Please, because I tongue-in-cheek and I sat there and I said, yo.
Did you read the first tweets from those? Were not tongue-in-cheek.
Please, stop it. Stop it.
So now we'll see what Aaron Rodgers is made of.
No, the first two tweets.
Wait, I got a question for my friend Stephen A. Smith, who I love with all of my heart and soul.
But you don't like half the time. Go ahead.
Be nice.
Please.
When you first heard this last night, even for one moment, did you consider, yeah, he probably should pay the piper?
No.
Not even for a second?
No.
Really?
Treat the dude out to dinner. Send him an autographed football or something. And you ain't get $4.5, $8.5 million of my salary.
Yeah.
Something wrong with you, bro. Something wrong with you. He ain't get my money.
Give it to charity.
Please. They
give it to the Twitter followers.
Listen. I'd give a donation to charity. I do that all the time. It wouldn't be $8.5 million.
Stephen A., the statement simply just meant he believed his friend.
That's all. That's all.
Now, I disagree, Carrie. You are out of line. You're wrong.
I tell you where the exception comes. Now, if I were Bill Gates and I was worth billions, well, then the $8.5 million is like a dollar to me.
To Aaron Rodgers. Now he just got his money.
No, please.
62.5 is guaranteed.
Please.
Come on.
Something wrong with you, man.
Come on.
Listen, you really need
Something's
to
wrong with Aaron Rodgers if he doesn't pay up.
You really need to get checked.
Now we'll see what he's made of.
You need to go call your doctor for something other than that knee. You need to go get checked.
Same day. Two different stars.
I can't wait to hear what Aaron says when he gets to Packer camp.
Sports, folks. I'm trying to talk here. They're under fire. But are they being treated differently? We compare and contrast after the break, Skip Bayless. That's what we're doing after the break.
Yeah,
Stick around.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm sticking.
Don't leave.
Something wrong with you.
Something wrong. Ryan Braun has been suspended without pay for the rest of the season for violating MLB's Joint Drug Prevention and Treatment Program. The other big news on Monday was Von Miller could face a 4-game suspension for violating the NFL's substance abuse policy. Miller has appealed the suspension. So we are going to compare and contrast from the two different sports. Why is a positive test in Major League Baseball treated differently than one in the NFL? Stephen A., I'll start with you.
Well, first of all, I think the obvious thing for me, Skip, is this. On a multitude, if not almost all of the occasions that players are alleged to have used performance-enhancing drugs, when they get caught or admit any semblance of guilt, what they usually associate with it is recovery. We've been injured, we're ailing, we're hurting, we're trying to get ourselves up to play the next day. It's not actually enhancing our performance on the field of play. What it's doing is allowing us to recover so we can perform at all. Because obviously we play sports where it's taxing on our bodies physically, and as a result of that, it's a struggle for us. To me, when I hear that argument, as consistently as I've heard that argument, it allows, it forces me to not be as hard on football players as I am on baseball players.
Yep.
Because football is an incredibly violent sport. We've seen people work here, right here at this network, who used to play in the NFL, that have difficulty walking sometimes. You understand? It's a struggle. This is years after they've played. I mean, you see some of the things that happen to a body of an NFL player, and you understand how violent and physical the sport is. It's a little bit different. I joke around all the time. You know, you play baseball, watch baseball. It's not to take anything away from the true athletes that a lot of them are. And certainly a lot of them take care of their bodies, they're in condition, et cetera, et cetera. But if you look at the sport itself, if you're an outfielder, for example, literally, you can go innings without a ball coming in your direction. You're sitting there chilling in the outfield, got a pair of shades. I mean, you literally could have one of the fans order you a hot dog and some pop and sip on it, you know, while you're in the outfield, for crying out loud. I mean, if the ball doesn't come your way up until you bat, what exactly is it that you do? So because of it, it's not to take away. We understand what the sport is and what have you. I'm simply making a point that the physicality of the sport doesn't even compare to football. That's point number one. And point number two is the guaranteed dollars. When we look at these guys, you know, you sign a $60 million deal, but you can get cut at the end of the season. You know what I mean? The signing bonus is what's guaranteed, not necessarily the dollars. So much of this stuff goes with it. So we look at the violence of that sport combined with, you know, the lack of security that the sport provides because of the limitations that you have salary-wise. And then you look at Major League Baseball. I mean, Ryan Braun is now officially an admitted cheater. You understand? He deceived the nation as well as his own team and his teammates and as one of his good friends and business partners, and Aaron, the bad man that he is, Rodgers.
It was just bad in this case.
But he still can look forward to making an additional $120 to $133 million once his suspension is over. That ain't the case with football. And I think those two, those two things combined.
I agree with your point on football, seen as more of a gladiator sport. Only yesterday did I read that the NFL and the NFLPA began talks on what to do about human growth hormone. Nothing will help you recover faster and more effectively than human growth hormone. Maybe it's a good thing, but is it used to excess? How do you regulate? How do you moderate? I don't know, but it does work. Now, back to baseball. There are two generations in baseball fans, as you well know. A really old school generation, of which I am a part, and then a very new generation that digs that long ball. Am I right? The older generation, and I grew up this way, steeped in hallowed stats, most of them home run statistics. Babe Ruth's clean 714 home runs. Hank Aaron's clean 755 home runs. And Roger Maris's clean 61 home runs in 1961. All of a sudden, those records got obliterated by cheaters according to the old school. And I'm not that way. I don't care that much about these numbers. I did enjoy the Sammy Sosas, I told you, the Mark McGwire summer of '98 when baseball got saved.
So did I.
I was into it, but it was steroid propelled. We all know that now. So you look back and you say, well, the old school generation is saying, you betrayed us. You obliterated our stats. We don't have anything to hang our statistical hat on anymore because it's all crazed now. It means nothing. You know, they hold it against the cheaters for obliterating their stats. They can't, because baseball more than football is stat driven, although fantasy football is taking care of that in a different way. But the point is, that's why so many old school baseball fans hold this against baseball more than the football players are held accountable.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen, let's leave it right there because guess what? It is college football week. It continues. You know who's here next, Skip?
I